tell them you've got to start reporting on people. Now, here's the big news. I've confirmed for multiple gun dealers and people in this office that when it's happening to Austinites, that when you buy 2 rifles, which a lot of people do when you go to the gun shop, I've done it, I bought 3, 4 guns before. I'm treated like a criminal now. The ATF comes to your house and demands to be let in without a warrant and starts intimidating you and asking you if you're a terrorist, and it looks like they're doing it to libertarians and conservatives. It's not the illegal aliens. They ship the guns, and that's the bigger issue. The government ship the guns to the illegals to then blame the Second Amendment. We told you about this over a year ago, and now it's confirmed. So they've got a lot of chutzpah. Now, they're harassing gun owners and treating them like criminals. They're operating outside of law. This is gun control by stealth, outside the law. We're going to come back and get Bob's take on this. But this, and I have the letter. I have the letter. Going 20 minutes of overdrive with Bob Chapman. If you just joined us, I'm going to continue breaking this down. But it's par for the course. And what is the headline at the Drudge Report? I have a secret plan on the debt ceiling. Well, they've already told us it's 14th Amendment Reconstruction powers, but not against the states. It's presidential dictatorship of Ulysses S. Grant against the Congress, launching wars without Congress, carbon taxes without Congress, gun control without Congress, without law. And then gun rights groups are like, well, yeah, the ATF says now we got to do this. It's about training you to do what they say. And I'm going to read the letter that's never been seen. It's going to be published at prisonplanet.com and Infowars.com from an Austin gun dealer. And again, the bigger story here is not even that they're doing this outside law. They're coming and harassing and treating like criminals people that go through the instant check and go through the already unconstitutional garbage. Bob, am I right to be completely freaked out by this?
Oh, absolutely. And it's happening in many fields, as you pointed out. It's the abrogation of the Constitution. And I was watching Judge Napolitano the other day, and he said that the ability of the president to use executive order to extend the debt commitment of the government is totally unconstitutional. And so we have one unconstitutional act after another. And everybody in Congress just stands there and does nothing with the exception of a handful of people. And the reason why is they've all been paid off. They've sold us out. It's dreadful. And it's going to continue. You know, I can remember the first run-on I had with ATF, and it wasn't with me. What they were doing was going around and trying to find people who knew me so that they could threaten them to spy on me. Now, we're talking 1960s, 1970s. And they even went so far, a friend of mine who's now deceased, who is was a gun dealer and a gunsmith, etc. They went into the store he had in Glendale, California, 2 of them from the ATF, and told him he was to spy on me. And he was older at that time and had that steel armor in his mind as well as his body. And he said, I'll tell you what, this is the last guy in the world that I would want to spy on. And he's a friend of mine. He said, if I were you guys, I would get out of here and go try to pursue something else because there's nothing that he's doing that's wrong. Well, he never saw them again. But the point is this. This has been going on for years.
And you, as usual, cut directly to the issue. If you study criminal investigations and things and how intelligence agencies operate, they are now outside of law with this government order from Obama without law saying we're going to start going and demanding that secret forms be filled out on all your customers. And if they go along with this, it's going to be more and more. This is how they operate. And this is turning them all into confidential informants to act like gun purchases are illegal when they already know exactly what guns people are getting and how many. Through the FBI NICS. It's about saying we do things outside Congress. As Obama said, we're going to get the guns by stealth. And they're doing it, and they're testing, and they will. They've announced they're going to announce an executive order And the gun grabbers that bragged, it's going to be a no-gun buy list, just like the no-fly list that the chief of staff, Emanuel, said they would do. They're doing it. And they're terrorists that ship the guns into Mexico that have killed 3 Border Patrol and 5 cops at least, and countless citizens, to then blame it on the Second Amendment. And even when they get caught, they go ahead with it, Bob. That's the issues.
That's right. And then when they put me on that list and I can't buy any guns, I know where to get them. I'll go to the narcotraficantes down in Mexico and they can sell them to me because they got them from the BATF in the first place.
It's unbelievable. Bob, stay there. Stay there. I want to get more into the economy, but finish up with this ATF on the other side. The ATF, without a law, is going in and muscling and threatening gun dealers to do things they tell them. And you got a mafia gun-grabbing creature, Obama, telling him to do it. When you go up to prisonplanet.tv, where we've been streaming the live radio show today in video living color, you'll notice there were 2 shows yesterday, not just a 3-hour, 30-minute radio show, but also a 2-hour TV show, an InfoWars special report, not the news show, but a roundtable discussion with Mike Adams of National News and, of course, Sheriff Richard Mack. And that's an example of things to come and what we're doing. I'm normal. I'm normal. It's normal when you've studied history, when the government is announcing, yeah, we're going to start censoring the internet anytime we want. Yeah, we're going to make ISP store all the data on you and give it to us without warrants. That's going through the House of Representatives. Yeah, we're going to go into more debt to foreign banks. Yeah, we're going to steal the pension funds. Yeah, we're going to raise the taxes and cut the services. Yeah, we're going to have the ATF ship guns into Mexico, publicly blame the Second Amendment, and then have them outside of law make under a federal order. In fact, give me a document cam shot, please, on this right now for prisonplanet.tv viewers. It's about to go up on Infowars.com and prisonplanet.com. They say, we are now ordering. Now, remember, they tried this last year without even having an order. They just said, you will report to us. Here's where you do it when somebody buys 2 or more rifles. Again, you're already having your background checked. You're not a criminal. They don't have any other law. Even though Congress passed an unconstitutional law. Again, let me have a close shot here. Even though Congress passed an unconstitutional law, the point is it's the law. But they don't have a law on this front. So, giving you a document cam shot of this article. We can zoom in a little bit more, please. U.S. Department of Justice, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, Washington, D.C., ATF.gov, Dear Federal Firearms Licensee. A license is an authorization to do something that would be illegal. This is the 68 Gun Control Act. To assist its efforts in investigating and combating the illegal movement of firearms along and across the southwest border, ATF is requesting licensed dealers and pawnbrokers in Arizona, California, New Mexico, and Texas to submit records, information concerning multiple sales of certain rifles. Okay, let me read that again. We're going to go to Bob. To assist in its efforts investigate yourself. You shipped them there, tens of thousands, and combating the illegal movement of firearms across the southwest border. ATF is requiring, there's no law, it's just ordering you, licensed dealers and pawnbrokers in Arizona, California, New Mexico, and Texas. And if this stands, if Congress doesn't stop these criminals who should all be in jail right now for doing this and perjuring themselves and being caught, then the sky's the limit. That's what this is. They already know the guns. They already know who got what. They just are seeing, hey, we're an outside law, tell you to do something. That's how tyrants test you. Is requiring licensed dealers and pawnbrokers in Arizona, California, New Mexico, and Texas to submit records information concerning multiple sales of certain rifles. And see, they need that call to open the investigation, to use that as the probable reason to come harass you at your house or business. They're doing it if you buy ammo now. ATF has the authority to issue the letter to collect such record information from federal firearms licensees, FFLs. Now listen, ATF has the authority to issue the letter to collect the record information from federal firearms licensees under 18 U.S.C. 93 G5, and the authority has been delegated by the ATF acting director of the Chief of National Tracing Center. And it turns out that does not give them the authority to order someone as an indentured servant. The law says an instant check. The Supreme Court ruled on that in Mac versus U.S. You must submit to, this is just a total lie, a total fraud. You must submit to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives reports of multiple sales or other dispositions. That means whatever they come and tell you. Anything they tell you. See, it has that little caveat. Report anything we say, you work for us now. Or other dispositions, whenever, at one time or during any 5 consecutive business days, you sell or otherwise dispose of 2 or more semi-automatic rifles capable of accepting a detachable magazine and with a caliber greater than 22, including .223, 5.56 caliber, to an unlicensed person. You are required to report all such sales that occur on or after August. You know where the criminals get them? They break into your house to get them. By August 14, 2011. Now, this has already been going on, even though this says it kicks in later. And here's the big news. They are going to the houses of people and demanding without warrants to be let in to see the guns. These people are all too scared to talk about it, and harassing them and getting them in their face. You must continue reporting multiple sales for the rifles subject to this demand letter until we provide a written notice to stop. Just do what we say. You work for us now. So this means licensed gun dealers now work for the government. This is indentured servitude. Read the Declaration of Independence. You are now an enforcer for them. You're now a deputy dog of the dirty ATF. The required information must be submitted on ATF Form 3310.12, report of multiple sale or other disposition of certain rifles, no later than the close of business on the day the multiple sale or other disposition takes place. And then they tell them in private, don't tell people we're having you do this either. Just like they told folks, sell the guns to who we're sending to get them, and don't say anything, and we're going to videotape it. And it was their agent coming to get it anyways. And they have a form you got to fill out. Be advised, in addition to the record information required by this letter, licensees remain obliged to submit reports of multiple sales of other dispositions when the licensee sells or otherwise disposes of pistols or revolvers or any combination thereof. Oh, see, the news is saying high-powered rifles, really, 22 above. And now it's pistols and revolvers. That's other big news. That's not in the APO. This is basically all guns. Bob Chapman, again, I'm hyperventilating here because they're harassing the gun owners, ATF harassing gun owners that buy 2 or more guns, handguns, rifles, you name it. There's no law. They give a fake code. Gun control by stealth, outside the law. And we can find the articles where they were already doing this last year. Quote, ordering them. It was like ATF orders, the headline, gun dealers to report, people buying more than one gun, I think was the headline. I mean, Bob, they can just do whatever they want under this, and this signals the implementation by stealth that Obama said to his gun grabbers, don't worry, I'm going to do this outside Congress. What should be done about this, Bob Chapman?
Well, first of all, they're looking at all weapons, but particularly, I think, what they call assault weapons. That's why that 5.56 millimeter is mentioned there. The only thing you can do is go to your congressman and senator and tell them that you don't want this sort of thing to happen. It's wrong. It's illegal. And do something about it.
Well, it allows them to open criminal investigations on people that have done nothing wrong. I mean, this is a witch hunt.
And it's happening in many phases of government. It's the evolutionary process that leads to dictatorial government. And that's really what we've got. I mean, the president and even Congress looks the other way. The president does all sorts of things that are illegal. But nobody seems to care in Congress. We have to make them care. How about the 87 people who just got elected by the Tea Party, so to speak? Why don't we push them to stop this? I'm sure, first of all, they probably don't even know about it, and it's up to you to tell them about it. In fact, I would draft a letter in 3 or 4 lines. The ATF is doing this. It's illegal. I want it stopped.
Well, here's the deal. The angle here is Obama's stealth gun control goes live. Gun purchasers harassed. Or witch hunt. Obama launches witch hunt against U.S. gun owners. Begins visiting homes of people that buy 2 or more rifles or handguns, and then just point out that they were already ordering this last year, so now they've issued a letter. This is total stealth.